What's going on YouTube? This your boy coming at you with another video, and I'm finna do a comparison between the Jewelry Unlimited, which is this one, and the DD Diamond, that yellow lemonade, with the small donut. Just got the big donut bezel on it, that big Breitling bezel. This got the little donut bezel right there. Big donut, little donut. Alright. First comparison I want to actually look at here is the clasps. We're going to turn them and look at the clasps. Now this is a difference here that I think is a little bit important. Like I mentioned in the other one, the clasp on this one is tight. They have the same style clasp and everything, the little square hole and everything. The clasp on here closes well. It closes and it holds well, especially now after I fix the prongs in them a little bit, so that it tightens them up just a little bit more. It's not as tight as this one. This has no play, no movement within the clasp. Now I'm not ever worried about this falling off or anything like that. Knock on wood that never happens. No, knock on wood. Like I said, knock on wood. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. How I want to word it. I'm sorry if I go silent. Sometimes I go silent when I'm trying to think of a specific way I want to word a sentence. I think that the fact that this is able to retain better, it has more strength to the lock, and it has more retention to that lock, and I like that. Alright, like I said, not a big issue. And, I think that's pretty cool. Another thing is that I want to make with the comparison, and is that, well, this one's older than this one anyway, but hopefully this doesn't happen. Hopefully the plating's better. You can look at it though and tell. Look at the band, top level of the band. That's pretty yellow. I know they're plated, but as you can look at the gold here, around the edges and stuff, that gold looks a bit more dirty. And it could be dirty because it's old and probably might need washing. The gold on this looks a lot better, looks a lot cleaner, looks a lot richer, and looks a lot more like real gold. Now that may be because this could be PVD plated. PVD jewelry tends to cost more than plated. PVD is a plating process, but with PVD, it's pretty much like they're melting the whatever onto something else. If it's gold, they're melting that gold over steel. I have a chain that is PVD plated. It still hasn't faded. There's no chipping, no nothing, no misses. It's not chipping, it's not fading. It is still as gold as the day I bought it. And I've almost had that chain a year and constantly wear it. And it's even in the summer when it's hot, and no fading. So PVD is a good way to go if you want gold options and stuff like that. It's a good way to go. Go with PVD plating. No irritation. At least not for me. There was no irritation. No anything. It doesn't turn my neck green. Nothing. So I'm hoping that that's what that is, and that's the reason it's lasting. Another thing is with the screen. And this could also be because of the bezel too, alright? The screen on this looks a bit, it looks a little bit dingy as well. But then the bezel, well that might be a little bit of a bezel issue. So I'm not going to even state that. You can see more of this. I was going to say you can see more of the screen, but that's because of the bezel. On the bezel on this one, it looks just like it's just a little bit more clear than on this one, just a little bit. I'm trying to get them where you can see it. See them kind of side by side, kind of get a good look at the screens. If you look at them like that, as you can see, this one screen is still a little bit more clear than the DD Diamonds. It's higher quality. And if you're wondering why there's stones missing out of the bezel, it's because I got this off Poshmark. I know what DD Diamonds is. I know how much this watch should cost. The guy pretty much sold it because he basically assumed like lab diamonds are like cubic zirconia, and that's pretty much how I kind of came up with this. He said it's lab diamonds, which are, he was like, lab diamonds aren't fake diamonds. That's what his description said, was that these are fake diamonds. They're lab made, they're fake diamonds. That's pretty much what his description said. He was assuming that that lab diamonds are fake diamonds, and he pretty much gave the watch away, where he could have actually got more for this money than what he actually got. But that was good for me. Not so much good for him, but good for me. You know, he didn't really know what he had. You know, probably got it from someone. Person he probably bought it from probably didn't know what it was, because there are still a plethora of people who don't know what lab diamonds are or how much lab diamonds can cost. So yeah, that's that. Go and look at the rivets. Well, I'm talking about well, you can't see the rivets, but I want to talk about the rivets. Here's an issue with the rivets, and I'm not quite sure if I don't think it's the bezel as much as I believe it's the rivets that are on the case. That are on the case. Here's the bezel that came off of the DD Diamonds. Alright? This is the Jewelry Unlimited watch. It's hard to get it on there with one hand. Sorry, I always have to do that because I don't have a tripod. I'm gonna try and get a tripod. Boom. Goes on. Looks pretty incredible. Oh, excuse me. And you can actually tell the screen are just a little bit bigger, are different sizes. Even though the watches themselves may be different sizes, it kind of feels like the screen's a bit bigger. It might be, just by a tad bit. But as you can see there, goes on, right? No issues, no stripping, no nothing, no force. Alright. It goes on, locks on, just like it does for the DD Diamond. Now let's try to do the opposite. Gonna try and do the opposite. While it does go on, it won't come off very easily either, but as you can see, there's space still left there on this. This bezel will not seed all the way down. It will not go all the way down. Now, would I trust wearing it this way? Probably not. Does it look cool? Yeah. But I'm not sure I would want to wear it like that because I don't want to run the risk of it actually being. It doesn't feel like it will just come off, but it definitely feels like the rivets on this one has more rivets than on this one. Even though you can't tell the spacing is that there's more, you can tell that there's more spacing left on this one, and that maybe because the rivets here might sit up higher and the ridge might sit up higher. Whereas on this one, the ridge is shorter. It's shorter. So even though that there may be more, actually it is. It's less rivets on this one than on this one. So it's on there. It's actually on there quite secure. But because as you can see there, this is deeper. And that's why it doesn't seat on. But that's because they're for two different companies as well. But it's also due to this. If you can't tell what I'm looking at here, I'm trying to fix it for you. The Jewelry Unlimited is thinner. It's thinner. And it looks more like a Gucci watch. Only thing it needs is the rectangular buttons. It looks more like a Gucci watch. Because if you look here, on the side here, it has more of a Gucci look to it. You look here, there's no slant. There's no slant on this at all. There's no slant. It does not have that rounded face. It has a flatter face than this does. This has a more rounded face. It's more rounded out at the face than this is. This is more flat, where you see where what would be lugs, considered lugs on a regular watch, it's more flat. As you can see there, it kind of goes boom right into the bracelet. It just goes this way, whereas this slants down. It slants more on the sides here, which gives it more of a Gucci look. It looks more like a Gucci. From a distance, you would think this is a Gucci. Or if you have a real Gucci and you swap the band and swap the back plate, I bet you no one would tell the difference. Now, a lighting feature as well. They have a lighting feature. You're not going to really see the lighting feature all that well, but there is a, I'm trying to see if I can get it. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. But anyway, I'll tell you. The lighting on this watch is better than the lighting on this one. The lighting on this one works more effectively with the darker it is, and it seems to only work at certain angles. At certain angles, you can't really see the numbers when the light's on. Both of them do that. They kind of have that kind of infrared lightish light going with it. But even with that, the light on this is still brighter. The light on this, not so much. Do I regret buying this? No, because I got a pretty expensive watch for a pretty inexpensive price. All due to someone's education within jewelry. Educate yourselves, because not for just purchasing, for selling as well, because you don't want to be selling off products that you can get more for. And he definitely could have gotten more for this than what he sold it to me. He sold it way under what he should have been selling it for. And I'm not going to say what he should have been selling it for, but he could have sold it for way more than what he sold it to me for. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy about that a little bit. Like I said, as you see there, It says 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, right? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Once it goes 12, past that 12, it will actually say 13. It won't say 1, it will say 13. And then when it comes back around to 12 p.m., it'll say 22, I think 21 or 22. I cannot quite remember offhand right now. When I see it on the watch, I can tell, but I'll correct it to my phone and say, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah. There's a weight difference too. And I know. Part of the weight's because it has a metal band. Part of that weight's because it has a metal band, but also the face just feels a bit heavier on this. So I'm gonna say it's probably using a thicker, heavier steel. This might be surgical grade steel here. That's using a thicker piece. As you know, like Invicta uses. They have some pretty heavy watches. They're not uncomfortable heavy, but they are heavy. This is a bit lighter. Like I said, this one looks more like a Gucci than that one does. And also why it looks like a Gucci could be because of that rubber band as well. But to me, this looks more Gucci. This looks more Gucci than this one does. Do I regret buying that? Again, no. Do I regret buying this? No. I don't really regret. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Like I said, I did. Did I upload that video? I can't remember. I have to check my feed. But if I did upload it and you watched it, you do know that there are some shoes I regret buying, and they're not because of the price. A lot of it is because of the price point dropping after I purchased it. Like my Motorsport 4s. If I would have known that they would have went on sale the next month, I wouldn't have bought them early. I wouldn't have cared about having them early. I cared about having them early because I felt like they were going to sell out and not a lot of people were going to get them. They ended up going on sale quite quickly, and the price pretty much plummeted from being a $210 price tag to around 120. I was gonna say 220, 120, around that. So after tax, you're probably looking at like 130. Yeah, they're around the 120 to 145 mark, depending on what store you went in. I went in Champs, and I believe in Champs they are like 140 on sale, or 140. So after tax, you might be looking at like 160. And in the Jordan store, they were like I want to say 125 or 130. I can't quite remember, but I know they were way less than 200. I know they were less than 200. That's for a fact. They were less than 200, and that was the whole point, was that they were less than 200. And that's the only thing why I regretted them. I regret buying them early. I don't quite regret the whole shoe, because I love them. I wear them a lot. I regret buying them early. I bought them early thinking that I had a sale, which I did not. I thought I had a steal when I didn't. I bought them thinking I had a steal. And that's what I regret. I regret buying them early. And that was what I say. These I don't regret buying because they look good. I've always been into watches, especially flashy watches. I like watches. I like my watches to be seen, but there are times when I actually like being subtle. And I know people are like, "Well, you're wearing all of that. You might be attracting the wrong type of attention." Most of the time, when I wear these watches, I'm wearing them when I have a jacket and I can cover them when I'm in public. If I'm walking by myself, especially, I have on a jacket in which I keep my sleeves down, alright? So no one's actually seeing it, okay? And 2, I'm with my family, and it's a bunch of us. Or I'm simply going from the door to the car and not really walking, Not walking any strenuous distances. I'm just simply going from the car to the door of an establishment. You know. So I know when and when not to wear my flashy jewelry. You know. So yeah. I'll be doing a video about why I like lab diamond jewelry as well. And that'll be up too. I'll be telling people why I feel lab diamond jewelry is a good way to go. There are a lot of people a lot of jewelry snobs that'll tell you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. They don't retain their value like regular diamonds. They just don't. No, these jewelry peers, don't listen to them. They're doing that crap because they can afford to pay $50,000 or $60,000 for diamond pieces, and they're just snobs, okay? But anyway, stay tuned. Keep it on the channel. And like I said in my other video, if I go MIA, it's because I've gotten a job and I'm busy. But I'll be job searching, so my videos will be a little bit more sparingly because I've started a process of job hunting. I'm actually considering trying to get back into the same college I was in. I haven't decided. I've been looking around for another college to join, and I can't find any other culinary colleges. So I may just end up having to bite the bullet and talk my way back into that school. It's starting to seem like there's no way around it. I may have to just bite that bullet, and even though it wasn't my fault, I may have to bite the bullet and just finagle my way back into the school. That may be my only option for school right now. Because I really do miss being in school. I miss going to class. And I actually never thought I'd be a person to say I missed getting up going to class. But I do. I really do. I miss getting up going to class. I really do. So like I said, I might bite that bullet and just, whatever they say happened, I will just, have to play the part and get myself back in school. So, either way, if I go MIA, I've either gotten a job, I'm just busy looking, or I've gotten back into school, or both, or all three. But anyway, stay tuned. The other video will be up soon. Peace.